After testing a bunch of different OBD-II scanners, I learned different things you should consider before buying your first diagnostic tool. And later in the video I will also show you which of these all tools gives you the best value for money spent. Because there is one cheap tool hiding in here that have functionality of all the others for a fairly cheap price. But about that later. Now, the first thing you should consider is vehicle coverage. If you want to use basic engine code reader, it is very simple. It either has OBD-II system or it doesn't. But if you want to use advanced tool with some advanced procedures like service procedures, key programming, bidirectional testing, you need to make sure that your tool will work on your car. So the best way to find out, just message the seller and they can tell you what you will be able to do for different cars. So my first tip is thinking about which cars do you want your scanner to use on. And that will also help you save a lot of money, because for example, if I want to use service procedures, bidirectional testing or unlocking hidden features, I will have to spend around $500 to $2,000 on scan tool that can do this for all the vehicles. But if I know that I want to use that features, for example on Volkswagen and Audi, what I can do is buy this simple $50 scanner and use all of that professional functionality for such a low price. And if you really need scanner with professional functions for a lot of different car brands, in the beginning I promised you my favorite OBD-II scanner, and that is this OBD-II Bluetooth scanner, only about $150, and you can use all that functionality: bidirectional testing, ECU coding, service procedures, access to every control module and really wide vehicle coverage. I never had any issues to connecting to literally any vehicle, and I tried around 20 of different car brands. I have full review for this tool, it will be linked up here. Another thing to consider before buying scan tool is the subscription or update price. A lot of scanners, especially the better ones, will either require you pay for subscription or pay for updates. For example, scan tools like this, there is no subscription to use this, but you have to pay for updates every year if you want to work with the newest software. With most of these scan tools you will get 2 years of free updates. So this, for example, costs around $400 or $500. 2 years I will get free updates, and after 2 years I either can work with older software or I can pay maybe around $200 for an update for that year. Also, a lot of Bluetooth scanners will have not the paid updates but paid subscription. Not all OBD Bluetooth adapters are paid as subscription model, but the better ones, mostly like this Carista, it is famous that it can unlock hidden vehicle features, and the subscription fee is around $50 per year. If you stop paying for subscription, you can use only basic stuff like read engine codes and engine live data, but you won't be able to use the best functions like unlocking hidden features. Now, if you are strictly against paying any kind of yearly fee and you still want to have professional device, or at least the device that have some professional functionality, your best bet is laptop OBD scanner. For example, this Delphi only costs $50 and gives you ability for bidirectional testing, also access to different control modules and service procedures, so very advanced tool for only $50 and no subscription. For this I also have separate review, it will be linked up here. Important thing to remember is that OBD-II scanner is not some magic tool that will instantly fix your car, or it will tell you that you need to replace this $5 car part and everything will be okay. Scanner just reads your OBD-II system. Your OBD-II system is looking over all control modules and sensors in your vehicle, and if anything is wrong, it will set the DTC trouble code. For example, let's say I have bad vehicle speed sensor, the code reader will read the code P0500, which is code for vehicle speed sensor, but that doesn't have to mean that that sensor is bad. It can also be the faulty ECU or faulty wiring. So even though I know that my car has stored P0500 code, I am not sure yet what exact car part is causing this issue, because as I said, I have maybe 3 to 5 possible causes and I don't know yet which one is causing this code. But what I do know from OBD-II scanner, if I didn't have scanner, there are literally thousands of different codes just for the engine. So if I had check engine light, my only choice would be guessing between thousands of different problems. So if I use OBD-II scanner, I just went from 1000 possible causes to 4 possible causes, because I know that something around that vehicle speed sensor is bad, so I have possible causes, for example, sensor, wiring, connector and faulty ECU. And now I can use different scanner features like live data, bidirectional tests to identify which part is causing the issue, but a lot of the times it cannot be done only with the scanner, and you will also need the help of another great tool, and that is digital multimeter. So even though we need these scanners to solve most of our car issues, it is not that simple that I can just connect scanner and it will give me only one thing to replace and problem is fixed. So how much you will be able to diagnose with scanners is depending on the mechanic and not the scanner itself. For example, if I have scanner like this and I understand engine data, I will probably be able to diagnose more problems than someone without knowledge but using advanced scanner. By the way, if you have trouble choosing your next OBD-II scanner, I have completely free PDF that explains everything you need to know, different scanner types, best picks for each type, and also a bunch of extra tips you won't get anywhere else, since I have a lot of experience with different scanners. Download it completely for free in the description. My next advice is not buying scanner based on the price. And these three scanners are the great example of that. So we have this Carly, you probably know this, I mean they're running pretty heavy ad campaign. I bought Carly for $150 and they work as subscription. That means I have to pay $150 every year that I am using it. Now for this scanner, the subscription is definitely not worth paying, as this Carly scanner has very comparable functionality than VPIC with $5 OBD-II app. So you have $25 for VPIC plus OBD-II app for lifetime use, or you have $150 for 1 year, which you have to pay every year, so it keeps working. And they have very similar functionality, and the VPIC is actually a lot better in some functions than Carly. If I wouldn't know these tools, I mean I didn't, I bought both of them. If I knew before, I would never bought Carly, but you think, hey, this is more expensive, this must do a lot more functions. Not always that is the case. You have bad expensive tools and you have good cheap tools. So how do you know? Simply read and watch some reviews before you buy. For example, on my channel I have a lot of them, just go take a look. Also, when you compare the same priced scanner, both are $150 for first year, and then after that it is $150 for a year, and ThinkDiag is around $100 per year, while the Carly isn't even able to read data from all modules. With ThinkDiag you are getting access to all modules, bidirectional testing, service procedures, full live data. All of these features are not present in Carly. Only advantage of Carly is that it can do some unlocking of hidden features on some models with ECU coding, but the ThinkDiag can also do the same, in addition to all that functionality that Carly doesn't have, and the subscription is even less money. By the way, if you want to see which scanners I found the best for the money spent, I have complete best OBD-II scanners in multiple categories article linked in description. Some OBD scanners will also require you to use another part of equipment that will be your smartphone or laptop. If you want to use your smartphone for diagnosing, you need to know that there is difference between Android and iOS, and when you are getting your wireless adapter, you need to get Bluetooth one for Android and Wi-Fi one for iOS, so it will work without any problems. Phones with Android system will also give you access to more OBD apps, and for a lot of apps that works on both Android and iOS. With the Android you will usually have better experience, the iOS can have more bugs and some features not working. Also, for using laptop diagnostic software, keep in mind that most of the cables and software you buy from AliExpress, if you want to install it you will have to disable your antivirus, so my recommendation is get separate laptop for diagnosing. You can get refurbished laptop like this, I bought it for under $200, and you can use it just for the diagnostic software, and don't input any of your personal data in here in case there really is some virus in those OBD cables. You should also keep in mind that a lot of OBD-II scanners will require you to have internet access if you want to use their device. For example, this OBD-11, this is amazing Bluetooth adapter that have OEM functionality for Volkswagen and Audis, but if you are using it, you always need to have internet in your phone. With OBD-11 you can do a lot of diagnosing and also coding new stuff for your vehicle, your Audi or Volkswagen, and for all these functions this software will need large database, so if you are not connected to internet you will not be able to use this tool. So some tools will also require internet connection, just keep that in mind.